For me, it was the first time at NASA, and I didn't really know what to expect.
Yeah, it was fascinating. I didn't know much about it.
You know, once we got inside to see what was going on, and also the history about it, you know, how far back already they had such technologies.
All right, so we are at the Active Response Gravity Offload System, also known as ARGOS for short here. And what we do is we simulate reduced gravity. And that means that we can do microgravity, like you'd experience if you're up on the space station currently with the astronauts up there. We can also do partial gravities and make you feel like you're walking on the moon, walking on Mars. All right.
Interesting.
Any questions?
Feel free to scare us.
Oh. Yeah, we'll adjust this from here. And you can go to course. So I'm going to give you a safety tether, a retractable safety tether, also known as a dog leash. You're good to move around now. You are in microgravity. You've already left the spacecraft and you're drifting off into space.
Oh.
So once you start floating away, you're not coming back. Good form.
What I've seen on TV, I kind of felt like it all made sense with that, and little movements sent you a long way. So yeah, I think it was a good representation of what zero gravity feels like.
Yeah. I think that's considered lost in space right there.
So I'm currently flying through space, and now I'm taking off. And yeah, it's a good core workout. Whee! I think, as suggested, light touches is a good thing. That's good fun.
All right, so you're going to be upright in planetary gravity. So we can put you on Mars and we can put you on the moon in this harness. So start slow and you'll feel the system, and then you can actually jump 10 or 15 feet in the air. You can still back out now if you want to.
I'm all right.
And then still, let's go to lunar gravity, please. And you're almost there, and you are on the moon now.
How are we doing, Daniel?
How are you doing? Your voice is still...
I'm great.
Now's a good time to also do some push-ups if you want.
This is... Yeah, it was very cool to do. I mean, to just jump around that easy and basically fly around a bit. Yeah, it was very nice. I really enjoyed that. I wish I could do this every day. It's so much better. I'm coming for you, Daniel. Oh, I'm kind of on the moon right now, which is actually pretty cool. I wish I could do this every day. It's a lot of fun. Yay!
That was a good one.
I'm stuck. Yeah, I basically jumped too high, so I hit the safety stop. Which, yeah, I mean, as a driver, you always explore the limits, I guess. That was good fun. That was very nice. I really enjoyed it. I think it's better than just walking on the Earth. When you came out again, and then you just were on the normal gravity, you felt like you were really heavy, you know? It's horrible.
Luca was really good at showing us around and explaining everything.
I mean, of course, you know, he had experience himself in space, so it's always very exciting to hear those stories.
So this is the Japanese module. It's kind of cool because it's really big. It's the biggest module on the space station.
There's no level, like everything. There's stuff on the roof, stuff on the floor. So because when you're floating, I guess. So every wall was covered with functions.
In the space station itself, were very interesting to hear, and the way they were sleeping. For me personally, it looked very uncomfortable, but they were actually all right with it.
How long were you spending here?
On the space station, 6 months.
Wow.
I could definitely not spend 6 months up there.
It's a lot of hard work. So you have to be in good shape. You have to be like you guys. But to be an astronaut and to do an EVA, you have to take it into consideration too. Do you guys think that your cockpit is small? And I don't know how comfortable it is. Is it pretty comfortable? You're strapped in and you have a big helmet, you get hot, and same thing. This is much worse. Much much worse.
The Mission Control Center here we've been operating out of this facility for over 50 years. Group coming through. So from about the mid-60s to the mid-90s, we were operating out of this half of the facility, though this room didn't look like this back then. It had these old consoles that were all networked into a mainframe computer on the first floor that was the size of a room. The layout is not too far off from really what you guys do. The flight director here is kind of akin to the team principal. They're the ones calling the shots, responsible for the safety of the crew and the vehicle and getting the mission accomplished. And then each of the positions around the room are responsible for either a spacecraft system or some sort of function like planning.
Being there was very impressive. You know, it feels a bit like our operations room at the factory, so that's actually quite similar.
It was a kind of more film set version of that, which was kind of cool. It was more when I walked in, then saw the live feed of the dudes that were currently in space. That caught my eye.
But it was interesting to see them working over there and have such a good connection, actually, you know, from Earth to the space station.
That's a gift from ourselves.
I was concerned. I was like, are you guys going to give me a very heavy suit?
Yeah, so it's a super lightweight sport, so it's like we try and save grams wherever we can.
Oh,
So,
we do the same thing.
yeah. And that's worth more because that's my one and not Max's.
The Rover was certainly not the fastest vehicle I've ever driven, but it was pretty impressive how it can go through craters and
We all flip the coin as to who's driving first.
You can go Max.
Okay. The Rover had a lot of suspension travel and it was actually very easy to control.
you kind of tip forward and think you're going to roll, but then it comes back out.
This is slow, but it only goes like on Moon and Mars. Max top speed will be about 12 miles an hour.
I'm flat out.
Yeah, that's how you should be.
It's actually quite easy to steer this thing.
Yeah, after you get used to it,
Yeah.
it'll be real.
Yeah, it could maneuver very quickly in a lot of different directions, so that was cool. So we are going up here, right?
Yeah. We gotta get Buzz.
Yeah. Buzz Lightyear? Trust me in this? Woo. Yeah, that's right, yeah.
But going downhill is where you right flip it over.
Can we drive sideways?
Drive any way you like.
If the wheels are yeah, now you can.
Good little session here. Had
Good
fun.
Yeah.
We just went on
Should we hit that one?
Mars, went on the moon. It's been cool. We've floated through some space, went to mission control area, been driving this bad boy behind me, going through craters, picked up Neil and Buzz, so it's been pretty good.
So yeah, we learned actually quite a lot. So very interesting day and yeah, a lot of fun as well.
Yeah, just the technology, you know, there's a lot of similarities, and I had a guest come to a race last year. When they got into the garage, you're like, this is like a space station. It's and you know, we went to mission control and you see it, and it's like what we have in the ops room in Milton Keynes. And
We learned a lot about what they actually do and like in space, but then also we had a bit of fun like driving that thing, which was very cool. It's a bit different than our F1 cars, but yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Daniel Ricciardo to Mars in 2050?
yeah, actually, I'm going to try out Jupiter instead.